guys, this is Joanna and I wish you all a happy new year. Look at the big mountains behind me. Have you ever heard of mountain biodiversity? Well, mountains occur in all continents, in all latitude zones, and within the world's principal biome types. They also provide fresh water for more than half of human population, and are, in effect, called the water tower of the world. In China, there's also a Chinese water tower, the Sanjiangyuan Nature Reserve. So today, I would like to introduce to you the flagship species of this tower, the snow leopard. The snow in the snow leopard's name is taken from their habitat. Snow leopards live above the snow line at 3,000 to 5,000 meters. The cold environment has caused them to evolve a range of traits adapted to the alpine environment. Snow leopards have the thickest and longest fur of any big cat. In winter, the fur on their bellies can grow up to 12 centimeters, which keeps them warm. The smoky gray or creamy yellow coat with sparse leopard stripes is very similar to the lichen features on rocks, allowing it to blend well with its bare rock surroundings. This time, I'm going to use the distinctive gray and white markings of the snow leopard as a t-shirt design element. As a flagship species, the snow leopard is also known as the barometer of the health of high-altitude ecosystems. Protecting snow leopards also indirectly protects the water on which hundreds of millions of people depend on. 1/3 of the world's population lives around and downstream from snow leopard habitat. As top predators at the top of the food chain, snow leopards also represent a diversity of ecosystem composition and structure. This is critical for maintaining the health of alpine ecosystem and providing biodiversity and ecosystem services. In the past, due to the remoteness of areas or different terrain, mountainous areas were spared from human destruction, but today the situation had changed. Mountains that were once considered the cradle and refuge of nature are gradually being transformed into cemeteries. In the Hindu Kush Himalayan region, 70% of the biodiversity have been lost in the last century. These losses include the extinction of species. The year 2023 will mark the 20th anniversary of the establishment of the Sanjiangyuan Nature Reserve. Thanks to the joint efforts of the government, scientists, and other parties, the depth of the permafrost in the Sanjiangyuan has become shallower. The vegetation cover had increased, and the ecosystem had continued to develop in a favorable direction. However, the protection of snow leopards or ecosystem should not only address environmental issues, but also focus on human destruction. For snow leopard conservation, hunting by mistake and illegal trade are two huge threats. Human-animal conflict is exacerbated when areas of human activity are brought closer to the animals' habitats. A 2010 study in Pakistan showed that nearly 70% of the snow leopard's diet comes from livestock due to habitat loss and lack of wild food. The consequence of killing livestock by snow leopards is retaliatory hunting by herders. Data show that since 2008, an average of at least 4 snow leopards have been killed each week. 55% have been killed in the retaliation for attacking livestock. More than half of the snow leopards killed in the retaliation hunts and by mistake are taken for sale. And around 100 to 200 of the snow leopards illegally traded each year originate from this source. Traffic reports that hundreds of snow leopards are poached each year for illegal trade in the high-altitude mountainous snow leopard ranges of Asia. In parts of Asia and Europe, snow leopard pelts are the most commonly traded type, mainly for extravagant ornaments or clothing. Bones, teeth, and claws, which are considered to be leopard substitutes, are also often confused and used mainly for traditional medicine, accessories, and amulets, and bone products are often labeled as tiger products. In recent years, with the establishment of nature reserves and the improvement of laws and regulations, the threat ratings of factors such as accidental killing and poaching have gradually declined. Climate change and insufficient community motivation for conservation have become the highest rated threats. Don't use animal products. Choose ecotourism as a way to travel, and educate residents of protected areas with community outreach. These are all everyday actions that we, as ordinary people, can participate in. In addition, technology is also a very important measure. With the continuous updating of monitoring and data processing technologies, equipment such as video monitoring systems and implementation of transmission infrared cameras are gradually replacing traditional infrared cameras, and AI recognition technology had also helped to liberate a great deal of manual labor for scientific research. While I was watching the documentary, my friend asked me why I was paying extra attention to the snow leopards when there were so many animals in the reserve. Many other rare species indeed live in the same areas as the snow leopard, and the significance of the snow leopard as a flagship species is that it can attract public attention with its unique appearance, which will lead to more people getting involved in conservation actions. Once the snow leopard is protected, then other species living together can also be protected as a result. The significance of a flagship species cannot save all species, but efforts can be made to garner more attention and save more species. Prioritizing snow leopard conservation facilitates the relative concentration of resources in areas of significance. Hangzhou, Zhejiang province, where I live, is more than 3,000 kilometers away from the Sanjiangyuan Nature Reserve, where the snow leopards are located. And we may not have the opportunity to meet the snow leopards in our lifetime, but you, I, and each of us are still an important force in the protection of the snow leopards and the protection of the ecology of the plateau mountainous areas. Now I will start creating the t-shirt. t-shirt. T-shirt, front and back. In the front, it is the shape of the snow leopard's paw reflected from the snow, and in the back, it is their stripe pattern from their fur. Physical protection is not something untouchable. Do not imagine it as a great hill that needs to be climbed with a lot of efforts. It can simply be done by small steps and conscious actions. Ultimately, protecting the ecology requires no pain, and the challenges you face during the process will bring you fulfillment, and therefore is a significant way to live. Join us and let's save the world together.